Most people find themselves stuck in disputes because they focus on how problems are framed. Conversations can quickly escalate when the emphasis is on losses rather than gains. It's challenging because the way we naturally approach conflicts can sometimes make solutions seem out of reach. But when you master framing, you open the door to resolving conflicts more smoothly and effectively. If you ignore the power of framing, you might continue facing endless arguments and costly disagreements. You're going to learn why framing your words differently can change everything. Many people don't realize that how you present a situation can massively impact responses. When you emphasize gains rather than losses, people tend to respond more positively. It's a powerful tool that can turn a potential conflict into a mutual agreement. For instance, telling someone they need to pay a large sum feels like a penalty. But when you frame it as saving money in the long run, it suddenly feels like a wiser choice. Sure, some might argue that facts are facts, but the perception of those facts carries significant weight. Mediators are experts at this. It's not about changing the truth, but shifting the focus. Next time you're in a discussion, think about framing it as an opportunity or benefit. This shift can bring people together and foster more productive dialogue. Now, let's dive into the specifics of how mediators use these strategies in real-world scenarios. Another key aspect you'll discover is the psychological angle of framing disputes. People inherently dislike feeling as though they have to accept a loss. This negative bias can halt progress and resolution. On the other hand, framing a situation as saving or gaining something shifts the narrative positively. Consider how mediators say you save on legal fees, rather than focusing on the amount one has to pay. This isn't about tricking anyone. It's about highlighting the upside, which naturally encourages agreement. Detractors might say this is manipulative, but in practice, it results in more mutual satisfaction and quicker resolutions. When negotiating, focus on the benefits. This approach consistently leads to better outcomes and happier parties involved. Our final point explores how strategic framing leads to practical outcomes. Mediators don't merely present facts, they construct a pathway that helps both parties see a way forward. By carefully highlighting potential consequences and benefits, they encourage cooperation instead of resistance. Implement strategic framing in your conversations. You will see how much easier it becomes to align people with your point of view. By learning these techniques, you're better equipped to handle disputes effectively. Remember, the way you present your message can transform outcomes. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more practical insights. Up next is the role of trust in mediation and arbitration.